Hello, this is Inside Minds with the Success Talks, and the show where we bring you inspiring stories and inspirational conversations with people who have carved a remarkable journey in their field. Today, we are at the Beacon School, Gurgaon, the school that generates future ready learners. I'm your host, Deepthi Tanwar, and today we have the privilege to introduce Mr. Aman Sahni to you, a visionary in the field of education. Hello, sir.
Hi Deepthi, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you, sir. For over a decade, Mr. Sahni has been redefining education in India through global lens. Mr. Sahni has done MSc in geopolitics from London School of Economics, and he has been leading some of the prestigious institutions like the Mayo School, Noida. Mr. Sahni has been honored with multiple awards for excellence in educational leadership, a testament to his outstanding contribution to education. We dive deep into his philosophy and his vision towards creating future ready learners. If you have to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
If I have to describe myself in 3 words, I would say that I'm a fairly planned person, so very systematic. That would be the first word, I guess, systematic. The second would be that I'm quite balanced. I think I'm generally able to see the larger picture and take things accordingly. And third word to describe myself, I would say that I'm increasingly community minded. So now I'm trying to see the aggregate of things, individual action and the how that leads to a change in community. So that is an aspect that's sort of defining my personality now.
Okay. You have changed over the years?
Oh yes, I mean,
No, actually, you're saying now that you have now become. So I was asking, you have changed. Do you feel any changes in yourself?
of course, in all respects, I think being involved in this profession of education, you meet so many people and you see the impact that education in general and the education that we provide has on people, has on families, on the community at large. So I think seeing that result impacts you professionally. The kind of opportunity that I feel that we have in making a difference through education. So I think over time that's changed my idea of education from a very individualized um, sort of idea of learning to how it expands and impacts the community.
Okay. Mr. Sani, you have been leading several institutions under the Sunshine Society umbrella. What have been your guiding philosophy in this wide landscape of education?
I think the guiding philosophy for all of us in the entire society is that how can we enrich the lives of our stakeholders, which involves our students, which involves our staff, the teachers. How can we promise and then deliver a future which is better than what would have otherwise been by our through our institutions.
Okay.
So that is a sort of overarching belief that we come with, that we have to enrich, we have to uplift and improve and better the lives of everybody who's involved with us.
Students and teachers, everybody.
Absolutely. Students, their families, community. So they're sort of concentric circles. It expands from there.
You are already contributing to the society by teaching the students, by uplifting the students.
Yes, I mean, I think these are the basic tenets of society: education, healthcare, and obviously, I think when it comes to the basics, each person, each child deserves the best.
Exactly.
So it's a responsibility, and to the best of our efforts, we feel it's a service as well.
Yes, sir. You have studied both at University of Manchester and the London School of Economics. How has that global education experience influenced your vision back home in India?
I mean, in terms of pure professional outlook, I would say within education, the kind of learning that is at these institutions tends to be very research oriented, which is a good thing. I'll only speak about the positives. I think that came out of these places. Is the
Exactly,
point.
and how you are using it in
Exactly,
school.
absolutely, because obviously each education system has both positives and negatives, but then obviously I would only take the positives and apply them over here.
Exactly.
Indian education system obviously itself is very strong, but the things that could be added, I feel, were a sense of independent inquiry. Um, in India, generally, there is at both school and college level, university level, we have very direct access to our professors, our teachers, a lot of one-on-one time, a lot of lectures delivered. It is comparatively much less, particularly in the UK.
Okay, okay,
So you have maybe lesser hours of contact with the teacher,
okay.
but more there's more of an expectation of you going to the library yourself, looking up. Yes, self study, self inquiry, writing a paper based on what you've understood out of it. So I think that is a very important thing that leads to an independent mind, making your own thoughts, defending them, adding reasons to your beliefs. So I think that is something that that I definitely tried to add in our institutions over here.
Okay.
That expectation as those are equal partners in learning. They're not just receivers. So they have the capacity to explore ideas on their own, to develop their ideology, to defend it by reasoning, by rational thought, and eventually, once it is their own thought, once it is their own idea, it is their own learning, they take ownership of it.
Exactly.
So they take ownership of their actions eventually. So adding that element was I think key uh, to what I was setting out to do.
Okay, that means learning by doing or learning by researching.
Yes, yes, both, and taking ownership of what you have learned and applying it yourself.
Mayur School Noida has been consistently ranked among the best. What makes this collaboration with Mayo College so unique and successful in your eyes?
So Mayur was the first time Mayo collaborated with any school, um, and I think the key principles that are there at Mayo College, its rich legacy, be it a sporting tradition of the classic boarding school experience, which leads to independence, which leads to being future ready. I think we were able to transfer a lot of that into a day boarding experience with Mayo School. So increasingly, we feel that a lot of parents are not as satisfied with the general society and culture that we have um, in places like Delhi NCR. They want the kids to have a little more of a classic, old school um, experience when it comes to schooling, where there is a lot of emphasis on co-curricular, a lot of emphasis on sports, where these skills are equally important, if not more, than just academics, which is what a boarding school generally provides. It brings out that sort of toughness in character. So I think we were able to bring that out in Mayur. Mayur obviously has, I think it started from that, and now it's come into its own. Um, even even otherwise, it has a strong character of its own. And one of the best things is that it's been a very consistent school
Okay.
over the years.
Okay. Since when this collaboration is going on?
So it's Mayur started. It opened its doors in 2004.
Delhi World Public School, Noida Extension has grown tremendously in a short span. What were some of the key decisions and strategies that have contributed to it?
I think with DWPS Noida Extension, we were very aware of the surroundings that we were in, the neighborhood that we were in, which is a classic suburb with a lot of apartment complexes coming up. And it was we knew very from the start that it was a aspirational set of parents that we would have. Um, Perhaps a lot of parents who've just bought then their new apartments, they're starting their family, young kids, and they want the best for everyone. They want the best for themselves, their parents, their kids. So that aspiration is something that we were very aware of, and we took a lot of responsibility of, that they're entrusting, in this new start of their life, because it was a new town coming up.
Exactly.
Lots of people, obviously, and they, we were very aware that that with any new sort of a community coming up, they require high quality basic amenities, and particularly basic education, because we identified that for most of them, the kids were very young. The demographic was such. So we took a lot of initiative in reaching out to them initially.
Okay.
We went to those societies. We went to all of their complexes. We had a lot of activities, community activities. We started a lot of charitable activities, book donations, clothes donations, to sort of send in the message about us as well. That as a school, this is what we believe in. And over time, we got a lot of trust from them back. And like you said, in a short span, in about 8 years, we started a second campus over there. So we moved the junior school out, and we had a separate junior school and a separate senior school in Noida Extension itself, very close to each other. And I think all credit goes to the set of teachers that we got. That they were so dedicated over there. They really interacted with the community. They found out what's the need. They delivered, and we're very proud of the school.
With the International School Award from British Council under your belt, how do you cultivate a global mindset among students and teachers?
So a global mindset for us had a lot to do with being open to different ideas, to different ways of life, lifestyles, and I think as students, young kids, when they come to school, they have no real understanding of boundaries, of international borders, of war, and all of these such
You
things.
teach these things in books.
Yes,
Hmm.
these are things that our education does inform them of. But I think when they come to us, they're fresh and very open. Um, we've seen our students when they go to exchange programs abroad, younger ones as well. They go to the parks over there in places like Spain and France, and they interact with kids over there freely.
Okay.
And we notice they don't have those inhibitions that perhaps adults have, or being scared of the unknown, or being wary that what is it that they're doing, how I can't talk to them, their language is different.
They don't know anything about that.
So kids are kids, they go and play, and it's the same, same garden, same park, same game, same football. So for us, when we think of global, we think of being free in the mind, that that they have no such inhibitions, that they are welcoming of change, of they are welcoming of a different perspective, obviously having their own identity, which is absolutely great, and which we're all obviously proud of, but at the same time, just being open to other people. So this is the idea that we had, and we started a lot of different initiatives. We have, in fact, an international week at our school,
Okay.
where for one week, so for one week every year, the entire school, all the classes, they represent different countries.
Oh.
And so let's say class 5 would be America, and class 6 would be Australia, and class 7 would be Egypt, and so forth. So what they do for that one week is that they set up their own camps. They set up their own, it's almost like a parade of sorts, and they have their own space in the school. They have cuisine from those countries. They have representation even from the ambassadors, from the
That sounds
embassies
interesting.
of those countries. They speak that language for a week as best they can, and so it's a very conducive environment for learning, for accepting, and truly sort of a global experience.
Exactly. This way they will know about the cultures of other countries as well.
Absolutely, and we have a lot of exchange programs.
Hmm.
Um, in fact, at DWPS every year, American students come to the school for one full year.
1 year.
So not 3 days or a week or two weeks, which are typical exchange programs. But students come, they study with us, American students, for one full year.
Okay.
And this is the third year in the running that we've had this program. And they learn with our kids because our curriculum is international, it's open enough. So essentially, class 11 students from the US,
Okay.
they've been visiting us.
That's interesting. When it comes to higher education at Delhi Technical Campus and DME, you emphasize both on academic and holistic growth. How do you strike that balance?
So, for higher education, a large part of academics we feel has already been covered.
Hmm.
Schooling is generally good in this area. We feel that what is needed more than just academics at that stage is being ready for the world out there. For the profession that you will dive into. So those technical skills are more important.
Hmm.
Depend on the program. Obviously, some require more technical training than others,
Hmm.
but we try to introduce to them uh, through the years that they're with us the best that we can in terms of exposure to that technical training. So if it's a school for a law school, for example, DMA law school,
Hmm.
we'll have a lot of internships which we value more than just what they've seen in the textbook.
Okay.
So it's actually more physical. It's
Practical.
on the job training that we
Okay.
sort of promote,
Mhm.
which really, at the end of the program, if they're ready to be competitive
Hmm.
in the world professionally, I think that is the target and not just the grade that they come out with.
Ah, that is true. They have to face the outer world.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So it takes different things. Obviously, their skill at their profession, but also their attitude, also their soft skills, how they speak, how they communicate.
Hmm.
So we place an equal emphasis on all of those things.
Okay, you provide training for soft skills as well for
We
students?
provide a range of trainings, which we call value-added courses,
Okay.
which include soft skills, which include, for example, even a student of 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 journalism, of management would be doing some AI course
Okay.
right now. So
Mhm.
we are trying to see what is it that they would need when they graduate, what is it that would be expected from them, and customize and provide that sort of training to them.
The Beacon School in Gurgaon stands out for its innovative model. What inspired the concept of the Rigor Studio and the evolved learning approach?
So here at the Beacon School, we had a great opportunity to, create an institution for the ages, something that would, stand the test of time. And we hear a lot of these words, such as holistic learning and education for the whole child and all of those things. But then, how do you actually implement that? Because the execution obviously is more important than just words on paper. So we came up with the idea of rigor studios that focus equally on different aspects of development. Academic development obviously is one, which is what most schools are doing in any case.
Hmm.
But to add to that, the different studios, the centers of excellence that provide um, training and focus on the mental side of things.
Okay.
So basically, the mind,
Mm.
that is one thing which we are working on. The second part of it becomes a physical attribute through sports. We are a very sports heavy school over here. We have one of the few schools that has an indoor sports arena with multiple for badminton courts, multiple sports, an indoor temperature controlled swimming pool, football turf, a full FIFA size football turf, tennis courts, pickleball courts.
Mhm.
So we're really trying to make it a way of life
So
for
you have
students.
coaches for them as well.
We have coaches. We have great academies. So the idea is really to make sure that sports is something we are very serious about, which is why the word rigor is there in this.
Mhm.
So sports, the mental side of things, which is everything to do with strength of mind, and equally when strength of character. So these things are very important. And then obviously the creative expression which is there.
Hmm.
In all of this, we don't want creativity to get lost
Exactly.
in this world of competitiveness and board results. So we want students to express themselves, be it through dance, be it through art,
Hmm.
be it through drama. So we wanted that element of seriousness in all of this, so that everything is properly taken care of, which is why we came up with the idea of these reverse studios.
Okay. The creativity should not be taken for granted for this.
Absolutely. There's a program, there's a curriculum for all of these things.
Okay. You often speak of nurturing future ready learners. What does being future ready actually mean in today's world of constant change and innovation?
Future ready has to do with, again, how you deal with change. And because we are obviously teaching a student, let's say a 5-year-old student who will be out in the competitive world 13 years later, or maybe even more. So future readiness has to do with having that basic right, getting that basic right, which means that you are able to adapt at different points. Which means that while you are confident of what you know, you are equally open to enriching that, to adding more dimensions to your thought. So I think it is something that all of us are trying to catch on with, even as adults, in this world where changes are taking place so rapidly. So future readiness is basically enabling a child to have the capacity
To adapt to
to
change.
adapt. That is intellectual capacity, physical capacity, and just that their personality is such that they're open to it.
Okay. Looking forward, what's your vision for the next decade of Indian education and how do you plan to be a part of that transformation?
I think education, like you said, is a part of transformation, and the country is transforming very rapidly. And over the next 10 years, it is our hope and belief that the students that we will have coming out um, would be able to compete with everybody. Um, I don't think we are, in terms of capacity, any lesser than anyone in this world at this point. There is a certain hunger and drive and ambition that we see in Indian students, which is possibly not there anywhere else in the world. So I think to capitalize on that, to double down on that, while also giving students, um, this freedom to choose what they want to do. I think that will be the new factor in the coming 10 years. Till now, a lot of students, they did a formula schooling. They worked very hard. They had those targets set out for them, the IITs and the
Neat
NEET exams. But now is the time that they can step out of that. They can do other things which are equally important, which the country will need. I think to be fair, that the country did need those engineers and doctors, and still does, obviously. But now we need so much more because the Indian society is changing. It requires so many more things. So many new professions have come up, and it gives a lot of different avenues for students to choose from. Um, I think if we marry this ambition and drive that they have with this new set of choices that they've been given now, I think it's a great combination.
The result would be awesome.
The result would be great for the country, and I think a very bright future. So, and that's what all of us are devoted towards now. I see, our efforts as part of a larger effort of the government, of the country, which has this hope and aspiration that our students will have a better future. They will compete globally. They will be part of a very proud economy, of a very solid society, and a very responsible society as well. So these are the key things I think that they have to be, um, very aware of. That the options are there, the opportunities are there, and if we strive on with a lot of conviction, with a lot of belief and that energy, then the world is theirs.
Exactly. Students just need the right direction to proceed.
Yes, absolutely.
Now we will be moving to rapid fire round.
Okay.
You have to answer the question in one word or one sentence. It's up to you, whatever you want to say, but you have to give a small answer for the questions that I'm going to ask.
All right.
One book every educator must read.
Krishnamurti on education.
A city you would love to open your next school in.
Multiple cities, I would say, all over the country.
Okay. So, technology in classroom, a necessity or a distraction?
For younger students, a distraction.
Hmm.
For older students, age 11 up, a tool, not a necessity.
Okay, I should change it to tool.
A tool or your question, a good answer can be different. It's for the
If not in education, then what would you be doing today?
maybe something with nature, maybe an eco resort or something, starting something like that.
Okay. And the last one is a quote you live by or a quote that inspired you.
A quote that inspires me that I really like is the last line from The Great Gatsby. So we beat on forts against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. So it really shows that there is so much against each advancement that we're trying to do, and we have to be resilient and keep on trying to, move further.
Thank you for joining in.
Right?
It was a pleasure to have you here.
So nice of you to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.